Hello everyone, this is welcome back to another episode of it's so loud! Give me a second here. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Last we left off, of course, we got done with the festival, returned home, and now we're back at school, and now back again with the club games. Okay, I'll go first since I'm the club president, I guess. Well then, Mio, knife, study. So we're playing Clue. That's how this one goes. You pick one suspect, weapon, and murder scene and ask each person. If you have any of those cards, then you must say which. Say, I have one. However, you don't need to say which one you have. Yeah, I got it. Me too. I have one. Oh my, all of them are here. 3 people answered when she guessed that they had Neon, Knife, and Study. So that means that Neon and Knife and Study are all in the clear. Gotta jot that down. Then I'll go Rena X Lounge. Only 2 people say they had one. So it means out of Rena X Lounge, one of them is correct. It's part of the crime. No wait, even if they say have one, they don't have to say how many. Tells that either Sakata or Rika has 2 of the cards. Well, Keiichi is up next. Go ahead. Wait, just a little. I'm still sorting things out. The game has me thinking more than I thought. Oh man, this feels like it's going to be tough. Now this is going to end. Alright, now I have the criminal. What? Already? Here, I'm spinning around circles and Mina just now raises her hand. The murderer is Rika in the infirmary with the poison. Well, we undrew the cards from the box and we checked to see if her deduction was right. You were right. How the hell? All I knew was one more hand. I couldn't tell whether it was poison or a pistol. I'd never use a pistol. I like killing them slowly with poison. Rika had such a hugely terrifying thing. Such a sweet. Rika says such a hugely terrifying thing with such a sweet little face. Yeah, I'm not saying a comic because, again, I saw that anime, so I know. Everyone's making a commotion about how they almost had it. Rena and I were left out in the cold, though. How did you do, Keiichi? I couldn't get it at all. Don't worry, I had no idea either. How can you both be so unsure? You'll both end up in last place together at this rate. That's even worse. Going off buying something together as a couple. Well, if we end up having to buy the Happy Family Planning. Oh shit! I can tell from Keiichi's expression that he's not very good at this game. What? That's not true. I'll show you the true power of Sherlock during the next round. My, that sounds just wonderful. I shall give you quite the thrashing. Shit. After that, I managed to somewhat grasp the trick behind the game, while it's still always a step or 2 behind. I saw that Mion somehow gleaning information from how the others were asking their questions. That level of experience was just too much. The only way I could stage a comeback is if I became ruthless. I tossed out the simple concept of deduction, switched over to the thought process and needed to win. The important thing isn't to find out the criminal, it's to win at the game. Eureka! Sorry, you need to go to the bathroom. Take your time and squeeze out a nice one. That's gross. I had them hold off the game and headed down the hall. The air was crisp. It showed just how stagnant the air in the classroom was from our body heat. On the school grounds, some of our classmates were still playing around. After spending some time cooling my head, Rena had made her way over towards me. Keiichi, did you call for me? Yeah, I did. As I got up from my seat, I winked over at Rena. I'm glad it worked out. I don't want to waste much time, so I'll get right to the point. Rena, what's your record of this game we're playing today? She was taken back. After a moment, she hesitantly opened her mouth. Well, all losses. Why do you ask? I wonder. I could tell from her how apparently she was playing. The way things are going, I will as well. I can't figure out a way to pull off a last-minute comeback on this one. So I guess both of us will be taking that penalty. Hey, don't accept defeat already. How about we win this, both of us? But how can we? I brought my lips up to Rena's ears. Huh? Is that allowed? You forget, Rena. A sacred rule over society. Do everything in your power to attain victory. Yeah, I'll try my best. Why do I have bad feelings? Our plan attack was quite rudimentary one. At the beginning of the game, everyone would be focused on their own hand for a while, taking notes and whatnot. Since our seats were right next to each other, we would reveal our hands to each other. If we did it under the desk, then nobody would know. We begin the game with twice as much information as everyone else. Having this much information would mean we need to investigate less. Which, with this sort of plan attack, we'll start off with a big lead over the other guys. Yeah, with this we can probably win. We both smirked to each other. If I was the shape business then Rena was the corrupt senator. Pleasure doing business with you. Let's hurry back. We'll work as a duo to surprise everyone. Hey now, there's no point if we go back together. It'd be like flat out telling them we made a little arrangement. I'm sorry, then what should we do? Go back ahead of me, Rena. I'll take my time coming back after washing my face or something. Okay, got it. Rena turned around and headed back to the classroom. I guess I should wait a bit longer before going back. If I went too soon, it would seem like I went to the bathroom. If me or one of them suspected something, then there could be problems. We'll have to figure out sooner or later because both Rena and I would start winning over and over again. Both Rena and I have earned enough points to we'll have earned enough points to avoid being the losers by the time Mion realizes what's happening. Excellent. Not bad at all. Mariah-kun, may I have a moment? Huh? It was the teacher. Man, things were just getting good. What was it? You have a guest. Please make your way to the entrance. A guest. It's not like I own a hotel. They have been waiting. Please hurry. It was very unfortunate. I had some waiting on me right before my big match. I was more interested in the unexpected guest. I didn't want to waste any time, so I decided to take care of it quickly. Naturally, it was a heavy contrast from the hot sunlight and deep shadows. Waiting there, looking uncomfortably warm, was a middle-aged man, his tie sloppily loosened, and his jacket tucked underneath his arm. Are you Mabar? Keiichi Mabar? There was no question that he wasn't resident of. He was the fucking tell again. I'll try each time. After that, no. And that this was without a doubt the first time he had met me. Ever since I met Timake, I've been running into so many middle-aged men. That's right. Who might you be? I have the AC on in my car. Let's talk there. It's a bit hot here, don't you think? The man, completely ignoring my question, pointed over to his car parked near the gate and began walking. You gotta be kidding me. I have no intention of going along with some geezer. I don't even know he was asking me to get into his car with him. I'm not going to bite. Come on now. He opened the back door of his car and called me over. I didn't like this old man, but I wanted to know what was this about. Even while knowing that a conversation that started out like this would never lead to anything good. No, it doesn't. It's now we're in the back of his car. Inside his car was pretty cool. Cars with air conditioners were supposed to be a luxury. My dad didn't have one in his car, at least. Please let me know if it's too cold for you, okay? I have it cranking it all the way up. So what business do you have with me? Out of spite, I decided to ignore his remark in the same way he did to me. Start my own line of questioning. He pulled out a notepad from his pocket and took out a picture that was stuck between the pages. On it was the face of a pretty goofy-looking guy. If you know anything related to this individual, then please tell me. Who the heck is this? I doubt even his close friends would be able to recognize who he was from the expressionless picture that looked like it was taken at DMV. There were scribbles on his shirt done in permanent marker. Starting with yours, Mabar-san. Mabar, and quite a few of your classmates signed as well. Wait, what? Huh? This is to make it? There was no hint at his usual unreliable and easygoing personality in this photo. It was an expressionless, half-asleep face. Then, do you know this woman? Even before seeing it, I had a good idea who it was. I don't remember her name, but she was some lady who was with Tomeke last night. I didn't know what her name was, but I did know that she was a resident of town. Oh, great. When was the last time you saw these two? Oh, great. What happened to them? The night of the Watanashi we spoke. They seemed pretty close, I guess. Did anything bother you about them? Anything is fine? Go ahead and say it. Being asked for every little detail was very troubling, honestly. I forgot a pretty good idea who this guy was right now. Yeah, he's a cop. And something happened to him? There was no response to my inquiry. Thus I replied to that silence in kind. I was pretty certain that this guy was a cop. Then why? Why was he asking about Tomeke? Did something happen to him? More plain, why me? Shouldn't there have been plenty of other people who knew more about him than I did? The roar of the air conditioner felt unbearably loud. After a long pause, he spoke again. You moved here just recently, isn't that right, Mba? Are you aware, I wonder, about the stories of Owashiro-sama? My heart began to race. I'm pretty terrible at hiding things. It probably showed in my face. Not at all. If you don't, then that's fine. Well, I have heard of it. Tomeke told me, actually. How much do you know about it? The dismemberate killing, the accidental death, the death by illness followed by suicide, and the lady who was beaten to death. The incidents have always happened the day of the Watanashi and special deaths. I didn't think Tomeke would have kept anything from me. I think that was everything. Never. I didn't want to think there was anything more than that. Do you know of that, well, curse, Mabara? Feel free to speak openly about it. I don't believe in it. My answer was instant. It wasn't so much that I didn't believe in it as I was on the verge of believing. I wanted to clear away my own doubts. There was no more prominent feelings. Really? Then that's great. Guess you really are one of those city-raised boys. So if I don't believe, I have friends waiting, so could you get to the point? The man in this picture is dead. What? My mind went blank. Huh? What happened? Tomeke-san? It would seem that he died last night. That was the night of the Watanashi. You understand the implications behind that. Implications? Not any for the cause of his death or the reason behind it. The real problem is that he died on the day of the Watanashi. Meaning this year, the curse of Owashiro-sama had once again. The death of Jiro Todake is still confidential. You can understand why that is, right? I didn't want to understand why. Please tell me. Tell me what happened. It was rather peculiar. It might be a little too graphic for someone born and raised in Higurashi. It was a roundabout way of saying it, but it caused me to doubt whether or not I wanted to hear the rest. I would only regret forcing myself to learn of something I shouldn't. Or at least, that's how I figured I would feel if I listened to the rest. One of our patrol cars discovered a body on the way back from security detail at the festival. It was late, about 5 till midnight. The location was you know where the road into town becomes paved, right? Down past the slope on the shoulder over there. There were a few street lights on that road. It was pitch black darkness with only broken It's pitch black darkness was only broken by the lights of passing cars in the moon. It was a stroke of luck that Tomeke was spotted collapsed on the shoulder of the road. Tomeke was face down, covered in blood. Blood and muck covered by the asphalt. We thought it was a hit and run at first, but when the officer checked to see if he was still alive, he quickly noticed something abnormal. His throat had been ripped open. From a knife or something? No. Nails. Nails. As in fingernails? With those, he called her. From the coroner's report, it was revealed that it was with his own nails. Huh? What does that mean? Basically, it means it wasn't a murder. It was suicide. Tomeke thought there was reason to tear open his own throat, as as hard as he could with his own nails. Tore through the skin until he started to bleed, and even then Tomeke didn't stop. He continued clawing, with enough intensity that it could have peeled off his nails, still clawing, still clawing. Then as his nails reached those vital arteries that you should never damage, he stopped. He continued clawing. Blood splattered on the ground all around him. As he bled, while gasping for breath, he collapsed, his body spasmed, and he died in agony. We thought drugs were to blame. Nothing of that nature was detected. But it was a suicide. I never heard such a thing. This unnatural way of dying. If this wasn't a mysterious death, then what was? The way he died, in these 5 years, his death most resembled that of a curse. As if to show both me and Tomeke, who proclaimed there was no such thing as a curse, that we were wrong. There are a few more suspicious details. From his body's chemistry, precipitation, epilation, and so on, we conclude that he was in a state of hysteria right before his death. That was a given. It's hard to believe someone could be in a sound state of mind while clawing out their throat. Wounds on his hands matched a discarded piece of lumber found nearby. There were traces of where he struck trees and the guardrails with it. Tomeke's blood was found all over the place, meaning that while tearing at his own throat, he was swinging around a piece of lumber. There were external injuries which were not self-inflicted discovered on Tomeke. There's a high probability Tomeke was assaulted. The external injuries suggest that there may be multiple suspects. To summarize, Tomeke was surrounded intact. While wandering a night road in a state of panic after being cornered, he picked up a piece of lumber and tried to find it back. Somewhere in there, he began madly tearing at his own throat, clawing at it. Then he died. Okay. The presumed time of death was around 9:23 p.m., meaning it occurred right after you finished talking to Tomeke at the festival. Everyone signed to make his shirt, then parted ways. Right after that, oh yeah, he should have been with the woman. What about her? She's missing. She hasn't showed up at work. She hasn't showed up to work, and she hasn't returned home either. There's a very high probability that she was involved in this incident. For a while, I could only gaze off into space. I never would have thought that something unfortunate happened to somebody close to me could affect me this deeply. The time I spent with Tomeke was short, but we went to the same festival, spent time together, and took part in the same competition. He was one of us. We've been continuing the investigation on various fronts, but when it comes to Higurashi's curse, the villagers here aren't very cooperative. That I knew well. I would have been none the wiser if not for Tomeke, the outsider, to tell me. So that's why you came to me, because I'm not originally from town. I should have been angry that was the reason he wanted to hear what happened from me. If things go the way they have been, then the conclusion would be that Jiro Tomeke died from Ojashiro Tama's curse. He turned away from me and gazed far off to the distance. The night of Higurashi, during that sacred ritual, he cautiously snapped off foes angrily Ojashiro-sama. That's how it's going to turn out. That there's no way Ojashiro would inflict divine punishment on Tomeke. Tomeke had to have been killed by humans in a cowardly group, no less. There's no way I'm going to let this end up being a falsome curse. I think so as well. There's no such thing as divine punishment and curses. The tense mood was cut. The man partly laughed. That's how this must be, Mandabar. Corroboration from individuals in town who don't believe in the curse is indispensable. Understand? Neither Tomeke nor I believe in curses. But with the way things are going, it would just end up with Tomeke's death marking the 5th year. Which would mean that town had rejected Tomeke. That was something I couldn't allow. Tomeke was one of us. He didn't live in town, but he came every single year, and since he was more of a resident than I was, there was no way that Tomeke could have been cursed by Ojashiro. But there is nothing I can do to help. I have no idea what happened that night either. No, if you see or hear something that draws your attention, then that is enough. If I see or hear, he was talking in the future tense. Things, or people, or rumors. Anything is fine. I don't care if they're unfounded. Here, this is my number. If I'm not there, then just leave a message with whoever picks up. He handed me a piece of paper with his number on it, but I hesitated for a second. If I took it, then whether I wanted to or not, I'd be mere knee-deep in this matter. Please help me solve these questions surrounding Tameke's unfortunate death. That's right. Why was I hesitating? I needed to find the murderer who killed my friend. I snatched the piece of paper as a satisfied grin spread across his face. Everything spoken today is a secret. Please keep this confidential. Understood. From your friends as well, especially from Sonozaki and Fura. So Mio and Rena. Please do not inform them. Sonozaki? You mean Mio? Why? Are you saying they have something to do with the incident? My friend's name's brought up so abruptly, and being told to keep it a secret from them, I became rather angry. This is what we call investigative privilege, I suppose. Don't play games with me. Mio is a close friend of mine. I snapped at him, but he didn't seem to especially be offended. I wouldn't mind telling you, but it may very just upset. Say it. He hesitated a little. Turned his gaze to the outside the car and began to speak after thinking a bit. There's possibly a string of incidents happening here as a result of a village conspiracy. There's no way it could be right. Give me a break. First of all, is there any proof that? No evidence. Also, each of the cases were resolved, and none of the perpetrators had any direct connection with the village. Then how did you come to that conclusion? Every year, the enemies of the village die on the day of the Wadashi. Don't you think that's enough reason to suspect something? Only residents of the town felt that the day of the Wadashi was sacred. So basically, because incidents happened on that day, it was somehow related to town. First, it was the dam construction foreman. Then it was a villager that supported it. The village held a grudge against died one after another from mysterious causes. The means are different, but in the end, the results are the same. Unfounded, unreasonable suspicion. But it couldn't just be shrugged off. So the victims after that, what about the Shinto priest and his wife's death? They weren't enemies of the village. The village had expected leadership from the Shinto priest at the time of the dam spot. But he wasn't proactive, so there was a friction. The village who harbored ill will towards him as a result. Ill will? It's not like he did anything bad to the village. Or the housewife after that. Did she die just because she was the wife of the brother of the supporter? It's such a trivial reason to kill someone. What about Tameke? He's not afflicted to the Ant Project. Was he killed just because he was an outsider? In the beginning, it felt on the urge related to the Dam Project, but as the years went on, the enemy threshold of the victim had become much lower. Well, that's the scary part. The bar keeps getting lower. What's scary about that? It means it's not just enemies of the village anymore. Just being an outsider is reason enough. The next year's victim, they're going to be picked out of the village outsider pool. That it might be a person that just moved here. What do you mean by? I swallow my words. And here in town, the ones who would be considered the most outside would be my family. I was proof of that, wasn't I? I still couldn't really remember the names of the people I passed by. The next victims, my family. Was he saying it was going to be me? But what does this have to do with me on? I can't go into details, but as soon as I led the dam protest, quite virulently so. It's also true of Mion herself. She had quite a few misdemeanors and obstructions of public work offenses on her record because of the protest. I knew Mion knew what it meant to fight. First I heard of her family leading protester. Then, well, what did it all mean? Are you saying that Mion's family is about the string of incidents? I won't go that far. I'm just saying if it was a conspiracy, then they have the highest probability behind it. Not a very clear explanation. I feel like he was medicinally avoiding the details I really wanted to know. Anyway! Oh shit, I got sneaks. Wait. What I'm going to do is end this episode here. I know it's a little longer than my normal 20 minutes, but I wanted to at least get a little more into his story. I do hope you all are enjoying this series. And if you are, please leave a like or a comment below. But anyway, this is PC Deathcare. As always, hope you enjoy. keep playing on. See yous.